Alright everyone, it is now time for the final boss of Megaman Battle Network 3. This is at least the end of the story mode, so if you want to do the extra stuff, and you need help, those will be the videos following this. So, some things you should do to prepare for this section. Make sure you have a lot of chips that do more than 100 damage as a base value, or have a lot of that you can run in succession. You're going to see why in the first part of the final boss. Most games after two final bosses technically, it's always an enemy with 1000 health and an enemy with 2000 health following it. So the first boss isn't that bad as long as you have those chips. As long as you have chips to do over 100 damage. And then the one after it is just more... That one's actually a little bit trickier. I definitely admit I had some trouble with it. Probably the first time I played through the game, which was... God, when did this game come out? I'm gonna say this game came out close to 8 years ago. Actually, probably more now that it's a lot farther in the future. Sorry, for some reason I thought it was 2010. It's 2012. Quick Wikipedia search. Release date. Okay, 2002 and 2003 are the 2 years that are coming up. So it's been about 9 years. So yeah. So yeah, this is actually a pretty cool part. Land connects to the Matrix at this point basically, and then he fuses with Megaman. Unfortunately, that does not grant you any additional powers, nor does it make you stronger. I kinda wish it did, because that would be pretty awesome. Now, if you want to go fight Alpha remnants, or like the Alpha viruses, not like Metar Alpha version. Actually, no, those don't exist. Never mind, the ones that like infected the tank, you can fight those here if you want. I decided not to. As you see, 760 is my full HP, I believe. So yeah, that is the Guardian program that Dr. Light, well, Dr. Hikari, which means the light in English, or Land's grandfather, created to keep Alpha in check. And Base just destroyed it with one hit because he's basically the strongest being in the world at the moment. Obviously, the only one stronger is Megaman because he's the hero. Also, you get to fight him pretty much right now. Also, if you're wondering why Base doesn't seem to know who Megaman is, it's because in Battle Network 2, you actually fought a clone of Base. That was not the true Base. He was actually behind the scenes controlling everything, and he never found out who Megaman was. So if you're wondering why Megaman blatantly knows who he is, but Base does not seem to respond whatsoever, it's just because he doesn't know who he is. And if you saw one of the videos I didn't do any voiceovers for, you learned a bit of Base's history with Dr. Cossack. Alright, so here's why you need chips with 100 damage, because you need to get rid of that aura around him. Now that can be only taken by a single hit of 100 or more. That aura will not drop at that point in time. Maybe not even that with that version. I know with some of the later versions. Oh wow, I missed that. That sucks. The aura doesn't regenerate immediately, at least. But when he gets to a certain health, he might do his Earthbreaker attack, which will cause him to kind of launch up into the air on your side and break an entire column. His aura will actually drop for that. I don't believe he... Well, okay, don't take my word on this one. I'm not actually sure if he does that in this version of him. In the other versions of him, he will do that, and that is a good way to hurt him without having to take down his aura first. Now, if he doesn't do that in this version, you're kind of out of luck. You can't really do anything about that. Honestly, the thing that makes this fight difficult is just having enough chips to take down his aura and actually hurt him. That was the biggest challenge I had when I fought him, was because like at this point you don't have that many. Oh cool, he actually does do his Earthbreaker. Okay, so with his Earthbreaker attack, you actually have a single chance to hit him, and then his aura will recover. So the challenge for me was just kind of having enough battle chips to actually survive. Mostly just because like I was not prepared for this fight when it first came up. I completely forgot about his aura, and then like my folder was just not prepared for that. But if you want to do a quick check, you can actually sort battle chips by attack value, and then just take the highest chips, and you'll be fine. Well, hopefully. It is possible to have that kind of fail on you. Like maybe you just don't have anything that does over 100. If you don't, you're kind of out of luck. Like you just have to go find something. Just go, I don't know, buy a bunch of fire swords or something. Like I had something. When like the secret bosses, I'm gonna have a completely different folder. I'm not gonna stick with what I use now, because at this point I just needed something to get through. And now base is gone. Alpha absorbed him completely. So yeah, you're going to see Alpha pretty soon. And he also ate Dr. Wily. Okay, here he is. Don't worry, you're gonna get full health for the boss fight, so don't worry about that. So don't worry about your health coming out of the fight with base. Or at least I really hope you get your health back. I don't have a whole lot left. Alright, we'll see in a second here. Okay, good. You do recover your health, so don't worry about the base fight. Come out of it, get out of that with 1 health if you need it. Just as long as you get through it at this point. If you're going for finesse at the moment, then it might not be the best time to do it on your first run through. Okay, so the problem with Alpha here is that he has 2 layers of shielding on him. One being that kind of outer layer, where he's kind of the solid red blob. And then there's the red nucleus of like his core. When it's blue, you can hurt him. When it's red, you cannot. And when he's kind of has that, like, I don't even know what to call that. The gel wall or something around him. When he has that, you just can't hurt him whatsoever. So yeah, this is one of the things I like about having the gut style, is that you do a lot more damage with your buster, meaning that you can break Alpha's shield much easier. Any style can at least break down part of his shield. I mean, I have Aqua, my charge does 40, and I take down a full layer of his shield, and Aqua charges the fastest. With Elec, he might be at the most disadvantage because of the slow charge speed. But Fire and Wood will be perfectly fine, because they have more range and they do the most damage. Now, Sword Chips are more or less completely useless in this fight. Unless you have, like the Life Sword. Okay, this is probably the most difficult attack to dodge, and it is very easily... You can dodge that without much difficulty. I just did a very poor job there. Basically, it's just a rhythm. When the lightning is shooting through the middle, be on one of the sides. As it's switching, jump to the middle, and then jump back. It's pretty quick, and if you mess up once, there's a good chance you're going to get it wrong a lot. I definitely had that problem. As you saw, I basically got hit every time, just because I got them. Yeah, But that's what it's going to look like when you do it right. So you can see that that's pretty fast. But that's actually pretty fun to do because it's a cool challenge. I mean, yeah, that's actually more difficult than it looks. So yeah, Alpha, like he swipes those claws. He fires that laser beam every now and then. He's got that machine gun. And he's got that crazy lightning thing. He also has a missile that he'll launch at you. Maybe that's... No, I've definitely had him do it with this version. There's actually another version of Alpha you can fight. And that's actually going to be the very last video of this guide. So now that Alpha is gone, I'm going to cut off here so you can actually watch the ending. It's actually pretty cool. So, thanks for watching the story part of this. The rest, all the extra stuff is coming. Don't worry about it. So.
Bye.